Hi guys! Welcome to our laboratory. We are in the basement in our little, I don't know, shop room. We call it our shop room, a storage room kind of area. We are actually going to be working on getting the screens made so we can screen print our shirts today. And we're going to walk you guys through the process and show you what we have to make this happen. So the first thing we need to do is make a screen. So up here on the wall we have some of the old ones that we've used, and I'll hold them up to the light here so you can see them. This is the Smartypants t-shirts that we printed last time. These are 2 years old, so they've got the old pictures on them. But we are going to be updating this, and in order to do that we have to have a screen. So we're going to start out with just these 1x2s that are screwed together to make a square, or whatever shape you're going to end up using, but that's the one we have. We have a square. And then we've got this fabric that we picked up on the clearance aisle. It was a remnant of just this stuff that's got lots of holes in it. So I'm going to get really close here so you guys can see what it is. It's got lots and lots of holes in it, and it's very, I don't know, we'll call it porous, so that some of this stuff can go through. So if you imagine that ink is going to go through this, it's going to have to go through all these holes. So you're not going to want to use like a thick cotton. You want something that's pretty sheer so that you can use it. And then what we're going to do is unfold it, place your frame on top, and then you're going to cut it out so that you can wrap the fabric around it and staple it on. So you're going to cut out the size that you need so that you can just staple it onto the back. Step is to take the material and pull it up to the back, so all the way up and around your frame, and staple it on. Okay, now on the other two sides, when you pull the material, you need to make sure that it's nice and tight, because it's got to be super tight across this frame for the ink to work correctly. So you want to make sure and pull this as tight as you can. You might need a second set of hands, so I'll just reach in here and help Dad here. Where do you want me to hold?
Right there.
And the last side, you can kind of stand it up here like Dad's doing and just pull it over as tight as you can. It's not easy to get it on super tight, but it has to be super tight. Ready?
Yeah.
And there we go. We have our screen ready. Now we have to prepare it to accept the image that we're going to put on it. So what we have to prepare it is this. It's called photo emulsion. Now we bought this on Amazon, so you can just search that on Amazon.com and you'll find that. This process cannot be done in the light. So we have to kill the lights in here in order to do this process. I can still use the light from my camera, so the only light we're going to be working with is the flash from the camera. Yeah, you ready, Dad?
I'm ready.
So a couple of things you're going to need for this process. One of them is an apron because it's very messy. So Daddy's already covered in his apron. Another thing is gloves because you don't want to touch this stuff. You're going to need a spatula so that you can get it smoothed on there very well. Okay, so full disclosure, we've had this for what, 2 years?
Yeah, about 2 years.
Anyway, I don't know how long this stuff is good. So if it turns out that this stuff is not good, then we will not be printing t-shirts today. We will have to order some, and then Daddy can get that done while we are away at Grandma's house. We're hoping to get it done today because I really wanted to take my new t-shirt with me. If we can't, that's fine because the rest of these are Christmas presents and it's not Christmas yet, so we still have some time. So if we need to, we can have Dad order more of this, but we're gonna give it a shot. So let's kill the lights and get started. Okay, and then you're going to take a small amount and go along the inside of the well. Make sure that you've got enough on there that it's going to spread evenly throughout, but obviously you don't want too much either because, I mean, I guess you could put some back. Now with this little bitty light from the flash that we're using, it would take hours and hours and hours for this stuff to harden, but the idea is that when it's exposed to light, it will harden. And anything that is not exposed to light, so you've got a picture printed with nice dark black ink, it's not going to get as much light on it. make sure that you get it all the way to all the corners and that you get an even coat to the middle and to the sides and everywhere. Because that's what's going to block the ink from eventually getting to your shirt when you make your t-shirts. So this is just a substance that you put on here that gets really hard and it does not let the ink pass through. So in the places that you want the ink to pass through, like for your picture, you want to block that with something dark like ink from our picture. And that part won't shine through, if that makes any sense. When you've got your surface fairly well covered, you want to make sure you go around all the edges and especially in the corners. So we're just going to look around the corners here and make sure that we got everything covered that needed to be covered and that we've got a nice even, oh, you missed a spot, right across here. Nice even coat everywhere and that it is mostly scraped off because we don't want, there's another spot right there. We don't want any places to have too much emulsion on them because it'll take too long to dry and it won't come out even. Okay, now after we've got it on there nice and tight and we've checked our edges and we've scraped off the excess, the next step is to dry it. Plug it in. There we go. And then you're just going to dry it on both sides. Sorry it's loud, but if you guys can see, it's kind of changing from that super shiny to a little bit more matte. And you can see where it still needs a lot more drying and where it's sort of starting to dry out. The next step is to put the picture that we printed yesterday onto the screen that we've just created. So we're going to take the picture, we're going to set it inside the well the way that we want it to look on the shirt. So we're just going to set it right inside here, exactly the way that we want it to look, because when we put the ink on it, that's what's going straight onto the surface below. So it doesn't need to be backwards on this side, we want it the right way on this side. And then we're going to tape it down just to make sure that it doesn't blow out because it's a windy day. Right now we need to take this, just like this, and go expose it to some light. Okay, so we're going to cover this. We've got it covered with Daddy's apron. We're going to take it outside and we're going to expose it to the sunlight. Now the reason that I've got it covered is we don't want it to be exposed for too long. This part is really important. We're guessing at what time that we're going to put it out in the light, but you want to expose it for exactly the right amount of time because if not, the entire thing will harden and your shirt, your design that you put on it will not rinse out. The whole idea is to harden the parts that you want to stay and to let the rest wash off. So I hope that made sense. It's really windy out here, so I really hope that it doesn't hurt it to be out in the wind. But all I'm gonna do is uncover it. I'm gonna set it down, I'm gonna uncover it, and I'm just gonna let it be out here in the light. And we're gonna leave it here for a few minutes while we just let it get exposed. So it's too cold and windy to stay outside and do this, so we've resorted to turning on a light bulb above it. But even at that, we don't see anything happening, which is kind of disheartening. We think maybe our emulsion is old and it's not working right. It should be turning a little bit yellow underneath to let us know that it's exposing correctly. So we're gonna leave it like this just a little bit longer and see if we can actually get the image to imprint on there. Man, this is rough. If this doesn't actually work out for us, we're gonna have to order more emulsion because it might be that our photo emulsion, the stuff that we put on the screen, is just too old and it doesn't work anymore. I don't know if that's the case. I have no idea what's going on right now. It's just not working. At least not as fast as we thought it would. Or at least not as fast as it did last time we used it, I should say that. I don't know, we're still waiting. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. Jackson really wants to show you his baby horse. Where'd you find it?
Downstairs, and I really want a mommy horsey.
You have a baby horse and now you need a mommy horsey?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Do you need a Mia horsey? No.
Just a mommy one? What about a daddy one?
I like daddy horsey. Children horsey. Not me horsey.
Not me a horsey? You're so mean. Okay, so we moved it over here so that we could eat dinner and we're still keeping it exposed because it doesn't seem to be changing color. Let me give you guys a little peek in here. It's supposed to be like a yellow color in there and there's nothing happening. There's very slight yellowing going on in there. Okay, so I have a confession to make. We haven't just been doing the t-shirt thing all day today. I'm also trying to pack for this trip that we're going on. We're leaving at 4 o'clock in the morning, which means I have just a few hours to get everything packed into the van and get to bed early so that I can get some sleep before I have to drive for 15 hours tomorrow. It's gonna be miserable if I don't get enough sleep. I do not want to be tired driving that long drive. Anyways, I need to get this mess organized and get this put into containers so that I can load it into the car because I'm running out of time. My day is ending. This t-shirt thing is taking way too long and I need it to move faster. So I'm gonna show you what else I'm doing and then I'm gonna have to get to work. So let me show you. My mess is getting bigger instead of smaller, you guys. All of this has to be, well, maybe not all of this. Most of this needs to be put into containers so that I can bring it with me because it's all going on our trip. So, not that. That's not going. That's the kids bringing stuff up here to play with when I'm trying to get ready to go. Everything else, though, it's gotta get loaded into the car. So, I gotta get some work done. I think we're going to abandon the project for today because we're not sure if the emulsifier is old and that's why it's not working, or if we just didn't have bright enough sunshine today and that this little bulb that we're using is just not working for us. We're gonna wash it off and see if it actually did what it was supposed to do. I don't think it did because you can't see any difference between the exposed and the not exposed colors. Usually you can see that it's a little bit yellowed and you just rinse it right off and it works. So I don't have much faith that this is gonna work, but I think we're gonna rinse it off anyways and show you guys the process. All right, Dad, take it off.
Which one?
All right, here's the washing process. Just get some water going and see what we end up with here. So good, and then the whole thing just started washing off. Ah!
Shoot.
Darn it. It was working so good. Look at the Smartypants.
You can see here. You can see Nana perfectly.
You can see all of them good. Oh, yep, I see Nano perfect. Oh, move it this way.
Yeah.
Look, there's Nano, just perfect. Oh, that was gonna be so awesome, and then it got washed off. Oh, it's so disappointing. Darn it. It wasn't solid. And that's probably because it didn't get enough exposure. I think maybe our emulsifier is still good. The sunlight is what didn't work to our advantage today. And since we left it under that light for so long, it was almost there. And then we decided to give up on it and wash it off. If we'd have left it there for probably another 45 minutes, it would have been good. And I'm disappointed because, oh, that was gonna be so awesome. That's okay. Dad, I got a project for you. While we are at Grandma's house, you need to get another screen, get the emulsifier on it, get it dried, expose it, wash it, and then print some t-shirts and bring them to us. Doesn't sound like a lot, does it?
Yeah, sure.
It kind of does. I really wanted to get it done today, but not gonna happen. We just ruined our screen. Oh well, c'est la vie, right?
I love you.
C'est la vie. So we leave for Grandma's tomorrow, right? What do you guys like to do for 15 hours in the car while we sit?
Watch movies.
Yeah, so do you guys have enough movies?
No.
No. I got these for you on Black Friday, so they need to be opened. I need all of these movies out of the plastic. So it's your guys' job to open all of this plastic so that I can open the cases and put the CDs in the car. Got it?
Okay.
Gotta open the plastic. Now, I've got to go load the car. The wind is blowing about 7,000 miles an hour and it's 30 degrees and it's blowing snow. So it's not snowing. I wouldn't say it's snowing, it's dusting. So it's gonna be cold outside, so. So the t-shirts didn't work out today. Dad's gonna have to take care of that on his own. We wasted the whole day on a project that didn't work. Lame. But the car is loaded. So So, you guys ready to get some sleep and get in the car and stay in the car all day tomorrow? Tough, because that's what we're doing.
I want to stay home for like a couple more days.
Negative. We're
one
leaving.
more day.
Nope, I got the car loaded. We're leaving.
And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to make this channel strong, share it with your friends. Good night, YouTube. See you tomorrow. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe now. Subscribe to YouTube.